Hello wonderful people, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are here in Tuliolal and we are gonna speak with Alfino. The leap to Yak T'el. Oh, that's the new area, I think. I'm sure the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone has rested well. I do hope so too. Because apparently I'm not allowed to rest. Thanks for that, Wuklaman. Now that we have refreshed ourselves somewhat, let us consider all claimants and as they currently stand. Saralja and Koana have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 keystones apiece. Buklamach would be equal with them but for Bokujaja's thievery, which has left us one short. The conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof and wreaked havoc for the feat of eyes. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I will be taking back what is mine, this I swear. Can we get a move on then? I fear that reclaiming your keystone may not be enough, that is, if Bakujaja's unleashing of Valigamanda is any indication. Using his lead, I anticipate that he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. I can't say I'd be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The last 2 keystones we require are those of the Lay of Repast and the Lay of the Brotherhood. The former depicts the cessation of hostilities between the Mamulja and Shibral in the forests of Yak T'el, specifically near a village called XIV? I don't know. That's where I was born, if you recall. I haven't been there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of the Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga, it is said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but little more than that. Eorzea has a similar tale. The explorer Kettenram befriended a 2-headed king known as the Autarch before commencing his travels across Tural. He journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least that is the commonly held belief. Your 2-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Kettenram fellow just must have come to Tuliolal. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yokui architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Autarch, didn't you? Then Kettenram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamuk. Mamuk, is that a city? One of the grandest in Tural, once upon a time and the seat of the Mamulja's homeland. It too lies in Yak T'el, not far from Ikbrach. Ikbrach? I don't know. Then all things considered, Yak T'el seems the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. We're riding in one of Koana's balloons. They can't be any worse than ships, can they? I don't think they are. I mean, they shake way less, no? And that's usually the issue with seasickness. Not everything is shaking. But let's go, I guess. Alright, we're here with the attendant. The next flight to Yak T'el will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Sounds good. Yeah, actually, being scared of heights is not good. Are we sure that thing will stay in the air all the way to Yak T'el? Yes. Are you ready? Bags packed and goodbye said. There's no going back once we lift off. Not that I'm nervous or anything, I'm just making sure that you're not nervous. Sure. I thought she's gonna stop that. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Hey, will you hold my hand just until I've settled my nerves? Maybe ask Iron Bill. That stick in the mud, he'd never let me live it down. There she is, for a promise. Wait just a moment. Oh no. That one. Mablu and Tobli, of course, I'll wait as long as you need. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kral's earring. Is that so? You said before that it gained popularity in Yak T'el as a protective ward for travelers, correct? That's right, we tracked down the elderly merchant to whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to the commercial triumph. A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? One in Yak T'el, to where it seems you are already bound. What luck, then I shall seek my next clue once we arrive. Isn't it mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there? Yet another discovery to look forward to. Oh yeah, I'm so looking forward to all this. Thank you both for coming all this way. Can we go now? Anything for the fur promise. Good luck with the rest of the ride. Thanks, let's go. Thanks, I won't let you down. I've just got to board this dirigible and I'm as good as there. Let's call for passengers to Yak T'el. Yeah, let's go! I really hope she wins. Okay. Yak T'el would test her medal without a doubt. Yes! Oh man. The next dancer must be willing to bear the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. Okay.
The fierce Shepral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yak T'el.
Yo, that looks sick.
Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named.
That's so pretty. Are we actually gonna land on this tower? You can land further down.
It is here, where the Shepral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the Rite of Succession would reach its climax.
So it's just a forest. The blue was a lie.
Are you all right?
Does she look alright?
I've never been good with heights.
Such a dumb question, man.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozamautka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the earth, it became susceptible to erosion. deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
Someone's gonna fall in there.
It was one time.
Is the Shabral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
But she does know that she will have to travel a lot when she becomes a Dawn Servant, right? I mean, like, she will probably have to go to meetings and stuff like that. With thicker vegetations comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. Sure. Alright, let's inspect this place a little. Looks nice. I like it. Ooh. Oh, I should check for southwest. Oh my god, it's so adorable! Oh, that is so cute. 58 west. Oh, it's right here. But I have to thingy. Ah. Okay. That's how you get rid of mobs. That's exactly how you do it. Whoa, what's that? A necrosis. Looks scary. No! I guess that's the village. Go away. Thank you. Good, everyone's accounted for. Ik Bras? I always forget. It's up ahead. Let's be on our way. I already made almost the whole way there, but you know. And it looks cute. Looks so comfy here. Whoa. Wait, can you fall down? I hope not. Ernbill was not exaggerating about the cenotes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. Yes, please. Let's get a move on. Village of the Hunt. Ready to head on in? Yes, let's go. Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly upon us. The Fur Promise and her retinue, I presume. You presume right. I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. It's me. Then come and join us in the Garden of the Stars at the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? And who might that be? Probably the others? There's but one way to find out. Come, let us follow him. Probably Koana, Soralja, or whatever he's called, Bakul Jaja. Just the other promises? I don't know. As if I knew.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of viera dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As a Brash Rash, I have the honor of serving as a lector on behalf of my people.
I really hope it is a task where all of them have to be present, because imagine one of them picked this task as the first one to do, then they would just be waiting literally the whole time until everyone gets here, without a reason for everyone to be here at the same time. Like, that's... I hope it's gonna be a race or something.
As all 4 claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us.
It's gonna be something really dumb, isn't it?
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of Repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner.
Easy win.
Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Oh no. Please don't let us go with Bakujaja. We're doomed.
Twelve forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Right, with Koana, no?
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red. Blue. On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Hey.
Which means...
Together again, as fate would have it.
Victory's as good as ours.
So those 2 are probably gonna be ruling together, huh? It's not all 3 siblings, just those 2. Like, he's the head of reason and she's the head of whatever.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Thanks for the explanation.
Not the one-head.
Would you rather with the kitty or the other kitty?
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows.
But there would be his favorite
Each
out of
team
those
is to
3.
prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
What? We have to cook.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
It's about
Agreed.
teamwork.
Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
I don't know about that.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
I mean, they can pick whatever they want as the feat, right? I mean, they can just do whatever.
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future. The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
Let me guess, we're gonna go get ingredients and ask about information about the dish, like what it should taste like and what it should look like.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
Unfortunate that this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakujaja's attempts to delay us. Serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. No one will. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. Any time I'm on is bound to succeed. Oh, any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. Sure. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6, the 2 claimants, Sarija and Bakujaja's lackeys. Whereas we are a team of 9, that's 3 more people we can mobilize. With the task suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Well, we mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake that could have been easily avoided. Our first order of business should be determining the recipe for Shibruk Pibil. We can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Chibral people. Let us gather here once we have seen what clues this village has to offer. I really don't feel like doing this. Well, let's get some information. Alrighty, here we are with the first hint, I guess, maybe. We ought to cut our losses and head to Mamook. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool. If you think he wants 10-hour hides for a ladder, if we dare to return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could a second time be? Something. What are you looking at, Salt Liquor? Mind your own business. Wow, friendly. Okay, let's continue. Here we are with the next one. The recipe for Shibruk Kibil. I wish I could tell you, friend, a dish so delicious is meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Homoruk himself. But your mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still Ibruk to be had at market. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to share it. But let me look for the next person. Alright, here are some colorful spices. A number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in a basket. That one's called achiote? We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Okay, so I guess we're gonna need that. Let's continue. There is a weird banana peel here. An unusual colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Huh, I guess they underground smoke? Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my Najul, Chatika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. There's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. Oh, it's only the leaves. Oklamat, you wanna come with? A banana, yeah, exactly. Let's go. And we're back here. Let's see if anyone has learned something besides what I learned. I'm sure if I say the wrong thing, they will correct me anyways, because we all did the same thing. Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover about Chibruk Pibil? True to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish. An observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Shibruk Pibil. But one in particular she attributed to all common Shibra dishes, achiote, she called it. I see, then if Shibruk Pibil is indeed a dish as ubiquitous as Alphino claims, we have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burying bundles wrapped in the leaf of Najul or banana in certain localities. It would seem the use of subterranean oven is commonplace. I saw the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles then, don't you? Ibruk, without a doubt, a sizzling slab of beef. It smelled so good I could practically taste it. The squeaky flesh of a bipedal fish. Oh no, the Ibruk? As would be expected of a dish called Shibruk Pibil, indeed. So to summarize, this dish is one of Ibruk flavored with a combination of spice that includes achiote or achiote and steamed on the ground within najul or banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Fenrir and I scouted the surrounding forest while you all were exploring the village. Between the local vegetation and wild Ibruk, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices. Leave it to the master gleaner. With that, we should next divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering. Is that just gonna be a lame running joke now? And he knows how to gather firewood. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. It's kinda like me saying, oh, I have experience in walking. And the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I'm happy to lead someone to a suitable Ibruk, if they will perform the requisite deed, Alizé. As for the natural leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. Be warned, you won't find Najul in these parts. They only grow in the Chatika heartland forest far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps you ought to try bartering first. This heat encourages our communication with the locals after all. Amati Elo, if you would accompany me on my errand. Didn't he literally just say he can do that on his own? No better way to whet my appetite. Good, let us be about our tasks then. He literally just said he could do it himself. Whatever. Come on, let's go and get those natural leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. Yeah. Mastery of violence, nice. Let us see if there are natural leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook you mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. Let's go. Here we are with the cook. Oh, hello again. Did you need something? Leaves. Natural leaves for purposes other than the Shibruk people naturally. Unfortunately, I've just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forest for more. Golmachik Grove is the source of the finest natural leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets can compare. And then let's go get those. I see. I had hoped to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there's no other way to obtain our ingredient, then to the Chatilka heartland we shall go. Yeah, let's go. Allow me to save you the trip. Oh, nice. Traveling there requires that you go through the Teambreak Traverse, but it has caved in due to the recent storm, I expect. But that means we can't get our natural leaves. But we can, can't we? If there were no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended this feat or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. It's very kind of you. Any last minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach. You may find Shibruk Bibil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. I can't wait. It is sweet as lame. So if there are no leaves here and we can't travel for more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Tuliolal. So perhaps there's something about Shibruk Bibil that we have to yet learn. Something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. Oh, I see. Like, who was the first to make it its history, that sort of thing. If it's Yak T'el's history you're interested in, you should start with the Old War. Between the Shibral and the Mamulja. These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. You know, to know the end of that bloodshed is to know Shibruk Pibil. What does steamed Ibruk have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by the war, the village of Ilion Aso. It lies a short distance to the east. The village of Ilion Aso, understood. Thank you for your help. Come, let's go and see this place. Oh, man, I so don't care. Let's go. Alright, we're in the forest. The village of Ilion Aso must be further east. Let us continue with haste, for all we know our competitors may be on our heels. Of course not. Let's go. Not gonna lie, it does look really pretty here, but why are all those trees so dead in the back? So this is the village of Ilion Aso, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Okay, well, I didn't know you were in Yak T'el. I was picking up lumber from Iqbrash when I heard the fur promise was on her way to the site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so followed you here. Ukevu is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You are a member of the Fur Promises retinue, I presume. For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Koana. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Oh, he's gonna be like, oh, how dare I? You're the second promise. Oh, that's a good name, a familiar name. Where have I heard? Kana is in the second promise of Tuliolal. Please cut my head off. To think that I addressed the Don Servant own son as some common retainer. Such disrespect cannot be excused. Please take up your gun and... Yes, please just do it. Oh, come on, not this again. Just do it. I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Alright, then I shan't dwell on it. Alright, on cue, at least he's consistent. Please, can we just do it next time? Then he won't say it so lightly. Like, that's what pisses me off even more. That he just says that stuff so lightly, even though he doesn't want it. Like, ugh. I understand you wish to learn about Shibruk people. While I am forbidden by the Shibruks to divulge any information regarding its preparation, I would be happy to share what I know of Yak T'el's history. We'd appreciate that. In its most basic sense, the conflict between the Shibral and Mamulja was one of land. The Mamulja live in the lower forest where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Shibral, and they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Shibral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. But as the state of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well, blessed siblings. You must understand, the Mamulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hubigo, Buniwa, and Dobro each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged the Shibral in battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Hobigo and Boniwa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of differing clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child arrived who shared the blood of Hobigo and Boniwa, both a two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first autarch ruler of 3 clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the autarch's rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to a head. I think it best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield from that time, and there I shall continue the tale. I don't wanna. I really do not care, man. And the music here is so good. Oh. Well, I mean, I already saw this even from over there. It's not like I'm super surprised by it. What? They're destroyed trees? I didn't see that. Why do I always think I'm stupid?
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinderfield.
At least I don't have to read it. It's break time for me.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yoqui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Puff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest. Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then?
Trouble.
You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation, the guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet.
Yay.
One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more, their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation.
That is so
The
cute.
Dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn Servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong? Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
Oh my god. Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. Yippee. We're doing the same now. Yay! Adorable. We're gonna do one more. And then we're gonna be done. Bukevu has given us valuable insight into the origins of Shibruk Pibil. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary natural leaves unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion, with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Let's go. And here we are. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us through. Especially one at the heart of the so significant a battle. Lamati, Elon, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Why? That's not my feat, man. Sure thing. Yes, of course. I would love to help. I have nothing else to do. Actually, nothing. Nothing at all. Look here, the soil has been recently overturned. Okay. Oh, someone buried a box. With leaves. That would be funny. Well, I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are, fresh natural leaves. Aren't they probably like what is it, like, you know, like a memory fee? I don't know. Just stuff that you bring to a memorial. Like, that is kind of rude to take that. What more Rook's doing, I'd wager there's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. So he planned all this from the start. Thank you again, Vukevu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance. And with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well. For a promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the Feat of Reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanuhanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Turiola and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am here ever at your service. Please don't. For now, I take my leave. Good. I cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to XIV. Alrighty, let's go back. Alright, we're here. I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. Let's wait. Gosh, this is gonna take forever, probably, you know? Really? How did everyone fare? We got the Julius. Vukevu came along and helped us find them. Vukevu was here. I would have liked to say hello. Well, no one cares. He left. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. Well... Important is relative, isn't it? That was it. I thought the actual feat is gonna happen. Really, we just change camera angles? That's it? A Gulul Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little. But to achieve set peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions, but how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Urianger and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. And I'm pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest had on offer. Spoken like a true expert. Ernville and I found our Ebrook, so we should have meat aplenty. Shouldn't we get started then? It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? Well, sucks to be her. Would have never happened to me. And that's why I'm the warrior of light and she is not. I picked a good portion of local herbs with particular attention to the seeds that yield achiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Through further inquiry did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts. I can hardly claim profound skills, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope. I could use your adventurous grit when it comes to skinning the Ebrook. Do I look like I know how I do that? Oh, my mouth is watering already. But shouldn't they invite the whole village or something? Thought it's meant to be shared. Without further delay then, Let's go. Whoa, why am I lagging so much? It's crazy. Are there like a lot of people here? I am really sorry about the lag.
Oh, it smells so good.
Oh, thank you.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Shouldn't Buklaman say all of that? I mean, it's her test.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then.
I mean, isn't it important that she learns stuff from this? Like, why would he care what some random ass girl that is gonna go back again knows about their culture? If it's a test for who's gonna be their leader.
In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Pibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yak T'el's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you.
And that's exactly why I think that Buklamat should have said all of that. And not Kryl. That was random as hell.
All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
Wasn't it the team that first made the proper one?
I
Is that
see.
happy?
While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Yo, to be honest, that they would actually dig at the memorial site for possibly the ingredients and everything. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't go to them and be like, oh yeah, by the way, there is another way to get them. I doubt that he did that. So, I mean, to be honest, that is kind of foul play. They were so random that we were like, oh, you know what, maybe let's dig here for stuff.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
I mean, that we would dig exactly at the point where he buried those leaves. It's so dumb.
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
Oh, I guess they did say that somewhere the dirt looked like turned or something. So I guess that, but I mean, also, what if we took the last leaf? Like, what if he only put one crate there? Or if he put two there and we took both or whatever? Like, no, that is so dumb.
This was stupid anyway.
What are they gonna do now? They won't get the keystone, so they are out.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Shouldn't we also hurry at some point? Like, still have to go further.
That was bliss.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of Repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, sure.
Probably not.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any shipwreck people left? I could really use another helping.
Hahaha, so funny. Shouldn't she know how much there is left? Like I mean, actually she didn't make it. Yeah, actually she didn't even learn anything. She didn't do anything. Like, that was just like our test, kinda. That is so lame. And we didn't even have to work in a team. That was so good. I'm already looking forward to having the shipwreck people again. Here in all, Kral made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feat of Repast is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Sure. New wares are now available. Oh, nice. Alrighty, but we're gonna end this episode here. Man, that was tiring. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you would like to see more. I try to upload every single day. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and bye bye!